Hi, and welcome to this label by similarity search tutorial. This is a very useful feature if you want to label your images for classification, because you can use AI-assisted labeling capabilities even without training any model. To label images by similarity, first you need a project where some of your images are already labeled. Then you can click Image Similarity, Label by Similarity, Upload Images, and select some unlabeled images from your computer. You can change some of the parameters, but I'll explain them later. Then click Confirm. Here you can see the results of image labeling by similarity. On the left side, you can see the query images that you uploaded. On the right side, you can see the most similar images in your dataset that were found for this image. Since these images are labeled, the suggested label for your query image will depend on the labels of already labeled images. In this case, the top 10 images have the same label, so you have only one suggested label for your image. In some other cases, there might be several different labels for the similar images. So by default, we use score threshold 30%, and all labels that are above 30% are by default checked. Since none of those labels are above 30%, none of them are checked. However, you can check one of them manually. The score threshold for images to be labeled by default can be changed here. So if I set this one to 20%, for example, both chanterelle and honey fungus will be checked. Also, you can click mark only the top scoring label, and always only the top scoring label will be checked in your results. This is useful if you are doing if you are labeling images for single label classification. By default, we use 10 most similar images to suggest a label for the query image. However, in some cases, it might occur that only the top 2 or top 1 images have the correct label, as in this case. So you can change the number of images that we are using to suggest the score label here. For example, if I change it to 2, only the top 2 images will be used for suggesting the label for the query image. You can also change it to 1, so only the most similar image will be used to suggest the label for the query image. You can also set it to a higher number, let's say 20. So in this case, even more images will be used to suggest the label for the query image. Please note that changing either the number of results or the score threshold will cancel any manual changes that you have made. So for example, if I change it here, now all the checkboxes that I checked will be reset. Once you have manually reviewed and corrected all the suggested labels, you can click Select All Images and Add to Dataset to add your results to your dataset. You will see the labeled images marked by auto-labeled mark in your dataset. Another way to use Label by Similarity tool is to use it on images that are already uploaded to your dataset. For this, you can first filter images that do not contain a classification label in your dataset. Then select either all or some of those images. Right-click on the image, click AI tools, and label by similarity. The rest of the process is similar as I explained before. The beauty of labeling images by similarity is that it can be done iteratively. For example, in the previous step, I have labeled these images by similarity. Now, when I label these images by similarity, the previously labeled images will already be used to give the suggestions for the new query images. So our suggestion is just to upload a lot of unlabeled images, filter out the images that do not contain the classification label, and label them in batches, for example, 10 images or 20 images each time. And that way, each subsequent batch will be labeled more and more accurately, automatically, without any need for manual review. Of course, you can also organize batches by uploading images from your PC by clicking here and selecting upload images. You can each time you can upload 10 or 20 or any number of images you think is suitable for the batch size in your case. Don't forget that after you finish labeling your images for classification, you can always select all images and download the classification labels by right-clicking on one of the images, clicking Image Operations, Download, and selecting Download Classification Labels. A zip file containing the classification labels in CSV and JSON format will be downloaded. If you want, you can also use our platform to train a classification model and deploy your model on the cloud. So this is all I wanted to share in this tutorial about labeling images by similarity. Thank you for watching.